just to answer some of the questions people have had about hills. This is the steepest hill in my neighborhood. So I'm going to start. I stopped here at the bottom. This is something I've never done before. And I'm going to drive up the hill to see how much trouble it has accelerating. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel here. I know it's been a few weeks since I posted. I have been sick as a dog. It has been an awful thing to be sick through the holidays and through the New Year's celebration. But I'm over that now and back better than ever. And I thought that it's time to do a 1-year review on this here Jinpeng Massimo Cargo trike. It's been a year since my first video. Actually, it's been 13 months now, because I didn't get this done during the holidays, before the holidays. But it's still going fine. We haven't had any complaints with it. I haven't really done any modification to it other than the mirrors. As I stated in one of my earlier videos, the mirrors were useless. So I elongated those by about 4 or 5 inches apiece, so that they were tall enough to see over the bed going down the highway. I've been driving it all over the place. I've driven it to church. I've driven it to my mother's, my daughter's. I've taken it to Cars and Coffee several times, where it's very well received. I like to pull up, especially when there's a big crowd, pull up, lift the bed up, let the bed sides down. People love it. So it's been fun. It gathers a lot of attention. It's still relatively unusual on the road. Yes, it still only runs 27. Now, one thing I will tell you this much. When I first got it, it was advertised going 19 miles an hour, and it did that with no problem. It did about 22, 23. Then after a while, it sped up, and it was doing around 25, 26. And the last couple of months, though, it has started to slow down. I think the batteries are starting to get just a tiny bit weak. It still has the full range, but the top speed has dropped back a mile an hour or so. But it still beats the manufacturer's advertised top speed, which was 19 miles an hour. I did attempt to put some 13-inch Toyota Starlet wheels on the back, but the bolt pattern didn't match. The Toyota Starlet was a 4x100, so I suspected this, despite this being a Chinese machine, it's probably got the American bolt pattern, not a metric bolt pattern. Of course, it also has flat-faced lug nuts on it instead of tapered cones, which I would have to change if I were changing to an automotive type wheel. And I will find a pair that fits, but I'm not going to spend a great big bunch of money to do it. I've been happy with this thing like it is. Like I said, we've been driving it all over the place, using it for a lot of yard work. Had it loaded down with limbs up to here. hauling them off. So yeah, it's been great. I've hauled a couple of old junk motorcycles around with it. It's been good. So that's how I feel after a year. A commenter on one of my earlier videos about this, who lives in the hills, said his wouldn't go uphill very well. And I haven't had that the steepest till I've got around here just a very slight grade for about, I don't know, 30 or 40 foot of elevation change and a quarter of a mile or so. And it will slow down maybe a mile an hour or so if I'm not on it wide open. But most of the time I haven't had any problem with that. But if you live in the mountains or you live in the hills, that's something you might want to keep in mind. People have said something about off-roading. It's not an off-roading machine. This is not a mud bogging three-wheeler. Don't try it, don't do it, it won't do it. It's got skinny little tires. It's set up for basically smooth yards, golf courses, and industrial facilities, not for off-roading. Besides that, the electric motor is at the back on the differential and low to the ground. So you've got maybe 4 inches of water fording clearance. So do not take it off-road, do not buy it thinking it's going off-road. How good of a deal do I feel it is? Well, I mean, these things are pretty cheap. They're made in China. And mine has been good so far. I've had no complaints with it. Chinese quality is one of these highly variable things depending on the company. Massimo does pretty good. Jinpeng is the actual builder of the trike. Massimo does a pretty good job of their quality control. So everything's still holding up good on this one over a year later. I've got no complaints about it, so I do plan to try to find some taller wheels and tires to fit it. But it's a matter of finding the right bolt pattern, plus the center hole spacing. But that's pretty much it from now. There won't be many more videos on this unless I modify it further. But I just thought everybody would like to know that after a year it's still going strong, which for a $2,000 to $4,000 vehicle of any kind is fair enough. I feel like I've definitely got my money's worth out of it already. But I feel like it's going to keep right on going for as long as I want it to and as long as I take care of it. So that's it for now, everybody. Y'all keep riding and stay crazy. Got this thing putting in the work. Getting ready to make about a 7-mile haul to deliver a stand-up freezer with it.